welcome to today's video. And in today's video, I'll be discussing and analyzing how Joe Biden won this, or how Donald Trump won the state of Ohio. I did get a new screen recorder today. I downloaded the pro version of one that I had, but wasn't really able to use because I didn't have the pro version. So I downloaded the pro version today. So please please guys, let me know if it looks weird in the comments section so I can change whatever the problem is. But if we go look at 2020, Donald Trump did carry the state by 8.1%. The exact same margin that he won it by back in 2016. He also won it by 8.1% back in 2016. So he won that state by a likely margin, which was a lot larger than I think we'd really seen before this. I think we saw Obama won it by about 6% in 2008, I think, and that was like the best Democratic victory in the state, I believe, at least this century. We've probably seen Democrats win, like LBJ probably won by larger margins. But anyways, first off, we're gonna be looking a lot about how he won it back in 2016. Not necessarily 2020. Because essentially what happened, it was a lot similar to 2016. I'm just interested in seeing. Yeah, we did see a lot of shifts, but they kind of canceled each other out. We saw a lot of shifts to the right in rural Ohio, and we saw a lot of shifts to the left in. Hold up, is that okay? Ohio County. I think that's Wheelington. Yeah, that's Wheelington, West Virginia. Okay. Anyways, we saw a lot of rural shifts, but we also saw a lot of urban shifts. They kind of canceled each other out in Ohio, so we're gonna be mostly looking back at 2016. And looking at it. So if we go do look at 2016, essentially the entire state did shift to the right, but it shifted like almost every county. We saw a few counties: Warren County, Hamilton County. Only really notable counties were Franklin County and Delaware County. I guess also Hamilton County, but even like Cuyahoga County and Lucas County shifted. We saw Montgomery County shift. We saw a lot of rural Ohio shift, and a lot of this was due to the fact, I know we've probably heard this a lot, but due to the fact that Trump was a really good candidate for the white working class. He did very well among the white working class, especially this white working class vote in Ohio. He did in Ohio and Iowa. The white working class with no college degree make up a large chunk of the electorate, and Trump did very, very well among that demographic in both 2016 and 2020. Now, part of the reason that I do think that Ohio will shift to the left in 2024, and I'll talk a little bit more about a few other reasons, but part of the reason is I don't really see the GOP running other than Trump, which I don't think that if he even were to run, he would probably win. I don't know that he necessarily would run. I think that he I would assume that he wants to run. I don't necessarily know that he will. If he does run, he's a shoo-in to win. And it's a legitimate possibility that he does run. That would not be crazy. That's something that we could 100% see. But if I don't see them running any other candidate other than Trump that could win the state by 8%. I see the only candidates I think that can do well enough are Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, so two Trumps, Nikki Haley, and then maybe Ted Cruz. Don Jr. would probably do the best, followed probably by Haley, then Ivanka Trump, and then probably by Ted Cruz. So I don't think that Don Jr. would win. I think that he would do all right in the Rust Belt. I don't necessarily. I think he could actually be an all right candidate, but I don't think he would probably lose the Rust Belt. Probably there's a good chance that he loses it by more than Trump, but I don't know that he will run. I highly doubt that he will run, but that's just a possibility. But like I said, I don't see really Republican candidates with that type of enthusiasm to really do well among that white working class vote, other than Trump. And like I said, maybe Haley, maybe Ivanka Trump, maybe Don Jr., maybe Ted Cruz, maybe Josh Hawley. He's an all right candidate, but I don't necessarily know that he'd be able to do great among this vote. So that's one reason. Next reason, and we're going to be taking a look at some of these exit polls. If we go look at the state, we already know that the suburbs are shifting to the left. Trump won them by 20% back in 2016, and then in 2020 he only lost them he still won them by 12%. So they're still shifting to the left, and still a lot of shifting to be done So that's another reason. But if we go take like a look at these statistics in like in the urban areas, Hillary Clinton won by 20%, Joe Biden won by 20%. Not much of a difference there. Biden did do better in um, suburban Ohio. He only lost by 12% as opposed to Hillary Clinton's 20%. And then in rural Arizona, what am I saying? In rural Ohio, he lost by 44%. Clinton lost by 42%. So he actually did worse in rural Ohio, and that's something that's surprising to me, that he would do worse than Hillary Clinton in the state when she was like a notoriously bad candidate for the white working class. But he did do worse, so that was surprising. But at the end of the day, that's essentially how Trump won the state. If we go look at probably the only real notable, or one of the more notable counties, I guess. There are a few notable counties over here: Trumbull County, Portage. These are more or less notable, kind of Cleveland suburbs. But if we go look at one, probably arguably, I don't want to say arguably the most notable, a competitive swing county with a lot of votes, Montgomery County. Trump won here by 0.7 back in 2016. Biden did do well here, only lost by 2.2%. However, or won by 2.2%. However, he lost in Mahoning County by 1.9%, which we saw Clinton winning in Mahoning County. She won by 3.3%. So he did worse there. And if we go take a look at a lot of these areas, most of this general area where there's a lot of kind of Cleveland suburbs. I don't want to say Cleveland suburbs, or kind of Cleveland suburbs. This general area is typically pretty more or less competitive. Biden did worse in this entire area. We did see him do better in Montgomery County, as I was saying. He did better in Cincinnati, did better in Columbus, did better in suburbs. In Lucas County, he barely did worse. But yeah, that's essentially how Trump won the state of Ohio. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video, and I will see you guys there. Bye.